What do I think of romance and love after all? I know many of you are dreaming of meeting the right person. You think you can do things alone and that would be much better to have someone by your side. Almost like, someone who could be your brother, your friend, and your boyfriend. But I'm here to tell you that the grass is always going to be greener on the other side. I'm gonna put my hat on. Feel like I look better like that. I look tired. Like this. Better? Like a dark look? Yeah. Okay. So many of you are trying to find the right match, the right fit to you, and you're hoping you will be in this perfect relationship. But I'm here to tell you that it's not always going to be flowers. Um, well, in the beginning, everything will always look like flowers, right? Like you're just getting to know the best side of the other person, the side that fall in love with you, and that you're in love with the side that you fell in love with the other person. But then when you guys decide to get together and get to know their true selves, and we all understand that we are multidimensional beings, meaning we oscillate in different frequencies, we bring different states of mind, we play different roles in life, we fit different hats. So eventually you're going to get to see all the sides of the other person. And when you do start seeing all the different sides of the other person and you start to realize some similarities with you and some of the aspects that you do dislike of yourself reflected in the other person, that's when things starts to get more challenging. Because that's now when you're tested. Basically, life is testing you on purpose to see how much do you love yourself, because this person is a perfect mirror to you realize some of the things that are still deeper down in your soul. They're still there and wants to come out to the surface in order to help you turn into positive or let go of that emotion. Like usually we're talking about negative emotions that gets like purge, that comes out to the surface. And life is giving you the chance, honestly, to reevaluate this feeling, right? To help you understand um, the story better. So now you are free from your own negative thinking or from your own distortion. Of course, like the great side of relationships when it comes to cuddling, kissing, having sex, and like going on dates and showing up to a group of friends like a happy couple, that's a really nice thing and it's really good to your ego. But if your soul is hurting inside because it's not feeling like it's being in alignment, or it's like if you're not true to yourself and you're just looking happy to the other person outside, you're eventually just creating pain in your soul, because that happiness that you're are experiencing, it's very temporarily. When you come back inside and you have this that kills, in your head of like, oh, I didn't like that he did this and he said that and that, because you were not authentic to your feelings. You didn't know how to express what you were feeling. You didn't know how to resolve that on the go. And sometimes that might be like a goo of feelings, like almost as if you were feeling everything at the same time in like a second, or like in a very short amount of time. So when they all come, it can be challenging for you to process it. And that's when inner work is needed, right? So like, do you believe it's better to do the inner work first and then find a relationship, or find a relationship first and then do the inner work as you go along? I think that you are possible. It's just how you choose to live your life, right? Like inner work is never going to end, my friend, because you might forgive everybody from the past today, but you might have to forgive everybody from this past in the future. And even though we want to be loving, kind, we can't really like force our hearts, our spirits to be in a certain level if you haven't like lived and experienced enough. So you have to trust your own path. That emotional intelligence will come with time. So what else Do you believe, I'm just kind of like going over some questions I got from on my Instagram. Okay, do you believe is it better to um be in a monogamous relationship or having multiple partners? Well, it's totally up to you. I feel like if you want to be in a relationship with one person, this needs to be the person, right? Like all the sides of you needs to match with all the sides of the other person. Otherwise, you're just gonna be using a side of you that matches to the other person, and you're gonna be repressing other parts of you, just for the sake of this relationship. And in that case, I think you would be hurting yourself, like I said before. What is it like to have multiple partners? I think having multiple partners is like just like being in the present one at a time and forgetting that the other exists when you know it with the other person, right? It's like giving you the best of you when you are with one person and then giving the best of you when you are with the other person. Like many people don't believe in the idea. They're just totally against it. There's so much judgment and bias towards many ideas. I know that, but well, it's ultimately up to you whether you want to, you know, conform with norms and rules of like what the world taught us, or if you want to create your own, as long as you are happy over here and you're making the other person happy and you're not hurting anybody else, then it's fine. So I'm totally in favor of having multiple partners. Like I said, um, as long as everybody's happy. It's like as long as it's for the highest good of everyone, right? If you have a partner who knows about the other partner, then it's all good. When you both are together, you don't need to think the other person exists. You can just enjoy the moment. Okay, we're done with questions for today. I hope I get to see you in the next episode with some other questions about relationships, love, romance. Bye.